Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
And it's a good day because Gotham won. That's all I wanted.
That's true. That is our team. We're going to get to in a second. But what a day. I mean, Sunday, November 10th, 2 playoff games, quarterfinals. So exciting. So how's it going? That is all we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the 2 games that just happened. Our semifinal matches are set. And exciting. I was just, when I was putting some notes together, I was thinking this year's quarterfinals, or the first round of the playoffs, I thought they were so exciting. Every game was very exciting. Maybe not the Orlando Pride game because it was kind of a little bit of a blowout, but I was like, this is exciting. Then I remember last year thinking about exciting. Gotham was the last seed for the playoffs last year. They weren't even, how you say, supposed to win, but they went on and won. So that was technically more exciting.
I remember it like it was yesterday. So beautiful.
Yeah, and this year so far, the way the seeding, the ranking has gone, there hasn't been any upsets technically. The 1 through 4 teams have moved on, and then the 5th through 8th teams have been eliminated. So in that way, it wasn't that exciting, but today it looked pretty close. It looked like BayFC was going to pull out the W, and it did not happen. And although I'm happy for Spirit, that would have been a great upset. BayFC to get into the semis after starting their year kind of not great, and then they really turned it around, and that would have been great to see them. That didn't happen, but I guess we'll kind of talk about that game. BayFC versus Washington Spirit. I mean, all eyes were on this match. Trin's hair was iconic. I think she said it was inspired by My Little Ponies. I love the look.
Oh my gosh, My Little Pony, yes. Yeah. Is she a brony?
No. But going into the game, I mean, all eyes were on the match. BayFC underdogs, but it's one of those games. Both of these games today, no scoring in the first half, just none. Games like that are very nerve-wracking. It's not like, a lot of people were scoring who's just going to score more. When there's no scoring, those games to me are a little more on the edge of my seat a little more. And because we normally just go to the goals when you and I just talk about it, we're going to go just right to the goal, the 82nd minute. I mean, that's kind of where we're going to kind of start, just because that's when the goal happened. But BayFC in the 82nd minute, they scored first. I thought that was gonna be the only goal. Oshoala, I mean, she has been killing it for BayFC, right in the back of the net, with kind of like a precision with that touch, beautiful touch. She was hyped. I thought that was the winning goal.
But I felt like Washington was gonna score.
That happens a lot. Once somebody scores late, then the opposing team come back with a vengeance quickly.
Yes, quite the vengeance.
But I thought that was the winning goal. I think they thought it was the winning goal. And at that point, I go, BayFC's going to move on. They're going to be in the semis. But then just 5 minutes later, like you said, Washington Spirit, they scored. I mean, they always find a way to score.
A beautiful goal by McKeown. I mean, she had to score because she had just missed her sister's wedding the day before.
Yes.
So she had to there had to be a purpose, She was kind of getting misty-eyed and kind of got emotional about it in the post-interview. I think it was they showed it on halftime of the other game or something. I just remember seeing it.
Wow. I mean, you always hear about celebrities or a lot of times where people can't miss a work engagement like a game or something because you just can't. But for her to miss her sister's wedding and have the game saving, I mean, it was the equalizer. If they didn't score that goal, the game would have been over because it ended up going into overtime. But
she did it for Sissy.
Then it was all tied up. I'm going to say this. I selfishly did not want it to be tied because I did not want it to interfere with the Gotham Thorns game because it said it was playing on ESPN News. I don't get ESPN News. We don't get ESPN News. So I was kind of selfishly did not want it to go to extra time.
Hey, I'm right there with you. I definitely wanted this to end so our other game could start.
But extra time, and you go the first extra time, then the second extra time. Do you guys think there should be like a golden goal? Do you think there should be once you score, you're over? Or do you think there should just be one extra time? Maybe they should just have one extra time. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Then, I mean, we're just going to go to the goal. In the 90th plus 5th minute, there was technically an own goal by Caprice Didasco. I thought it was Lacey Santos for a while. She was right there, but technically it was Caprice Didasco having the own goal. That was, the game winner, which is heartbreaking. I don't think there is anything she could have done differently from going from BayFC winning in the 82nd minute to them losing altogether. I feel bad for BayFC. I still think Washington deserved to win, but I felt bad for Caprice. But that was the final score. Exciting game. I definitely think Washington deserved to win. They were so pumped, so happy for all of them, and they are moving on to the semis, and I don't know. I'm excited for them.
Well, I will not be rooting for them because I will be rooting for Gotham.
I mean, let's go right to the Gotham game. Gotham versus Portland. This will actually be a rematch. This game, technically kind of a rematch from the playoffs last year, as we remember.
Only a rematch, a flashback.
So yeah, same outcome, because Gotham kicked Portland out of the semis last year, as we remember. And they kind of have their number. Gotham has Portland's number, and I love it.
Got him on speed dial. Okay. No.
Also, the footnote of this game also would be, was this going to be Christine Sinclair's last game? As we know, it was, but just like Ali Krieger went out on the championship last year, I'm sure Christine Sinclair in her head was like, I'm going out on a championship. Yeah, she's had championships in the past, but I think she really wanted to win. So there was a lot on the line. But again, no score in this first half. Going to the first half, then in the 43rd minute, we thought that it was going to be 1-0 because there was a beautiful goal by Sophia Smith that happened to be offsides.
Thank God for that. This could have been another story, a different story.
Yeah, it was really close. I thought it was pretty close. And then I saw someone on Twitter say, definitely wasn't offsides. They didn't check and stuff. But I think that's always going to happen. But it looked offsides. And at that point, I got pretty nervous thinking, oh no, are we going to lose? Then just 4 or 5 minutes later, there was actually a very close call. I thought this is when I was starting to get nervous. Thank God it went to halftime. But in the 47th minute, Ann Catchum made an incredible save. She fingertip picked it over the goal. And at that point, I was getting nervous. Thank goodness it was going to halftime.
I was nervous the entire time.
Then this kind of was the big play of the game. 58th minute, there was a possible handball, and it definitely touched her hand, but apparently the rule for the handball is that if it touches another part of the body and then it touches her hand, like it touched her thigh then her hand, that counts out the handball. It can't be a handball in that situation. And Leanne was emphatic, saying this is not a handball, and she was kind of saying in no way, shape, or form she believed it to be a handball. She made that clear that she never thought it was. And I think, first of all, VAR suggested to the ref to check it on the screen. So it was going to be up to Danielle Chesky to decide if it was a handball. My question, if that is the rule, why would VAR even send it down to the field if it's obviously touched her thigh? At that point, is it just for Chesky to double check that it's not? I don't get why they're even checking it at that point to go down to the field. I see this comment here.
The most ridiculous VAR check I've seen this season is the reason they had time for that goal. Somehow we always get Chesky. We always get Chesky'd.
And then I saw a lot of people saying, and that was the other problem. When they took it down to the field, Danielle Chesky took a very long time to decide this. And she's been a ref for a very long time. So, and she is not most people's favorite ref. Now, her and Katia Corleva, the ref for the other game, they're like two of the OG refs who've been around for a while. A lot of times people have a lot to say about them because, they don't like, how people say they get Chesky'd or they get Katia or
never heard that. No.
But they don't particularly like him. But for a ref to be a ref for that long, to take that long to decide that does seem a bit excessive. And a lot of people are not fans of Danielle Chesky.
She was just doing her job, and she just wanted to be very precise. Okay, she didn't want to make any mistakes because this is do or die situations. Okay,
thank God she got it right because Leanne was not having it if she didn't. But thank God she got it correctly. And actually, there was like a little scrum on in the box for the PK spot because they didn't know if it was going to be. And then they were fighting, but then everyone was smiling and fighting.
It was a melee.
It was very strange. And I heard the Gotham fans were booing the call, saying like, boo, handball. But I actually don't think they necessarily thought it was a handball. Maybe they did. But I think when you're at the game and you're rooting for your team, it's almost like, I don't care if it's right or wrong. I'm just going to start rooting for my team no matter what.
I'm all for calls against the other team. However, I wanted to win this fairly.
Exactly. And I thought that too. I'll just read this one comment.
It's not. It's a niche rule that if the handball comes from a deflection off the player's own body, it hits Becky's thighs and then her arm, it's not a handball.
So as much as people wanted to make sure they didn't get Chesky'd, they didn't. And the call was correct. But, you waste a lot of time with that call. A lot of things go on. So that was probably one of the most pivotal plays during the game. But that was in the 58th minute. And the other notable thing, in the 64th minute, Sinclair did come off the pitch for the very last time. And, she looked emotional. Not really emotional, emotional for her. But I'm sure she wanted to win. Which is so funny because I didn't notice this when we were watching the game. But when I was looking back at the clips, she actually said something. She came on at the same time. She came off the same time Turner came on, who was the goal scorer for Portland. I feel like she said, go be the hero. Score this goal, score it for the team. And Turner actually ended up scoring. I did think that was interesting.
You read lips?
Well, we have to get the lip reader from TikTok on this.
Okay.
You couldn't really see her lips, but she kind of said something like, you got this, or go score the goal.
Sounds poetic.
Yeah. But this is where things got good. Free kick in the 66th minute. This was a thing of beauty. Free kick right to Tierna. I was screaming.
Beautiful. Well, I mean, what else can I say? I'm getting emotion. No, I'm just kidding.
Her hair was looking so sleek and her bun was perfectly bunned and she scored and I loved it. And
I think Ella Stevens did her hair. I'm not joking.
Oh, yeah, they kind of look similar. I think you're right. I believe this is her first goal for Gotham since she's been there. So excited for her. And I don't know. Then just about 10 minutes later, Portland Thorns were not done because off a free kick again. Free kick Portland Thorns and Turner. Christine Sinclair's pep talk to Turner worked and she scored and it was beautiful for Portland. Yeah, I felt good for Portland.
It had me freaking stressing though. I was not okay at this moment.
Yeah, I think the commentator said something like, and Catchin kind of psyched herself out a little bit, went off her line. And I think if she had a better sight of the ball or something, I don't know, I think she maybe could have saved it. But I think Turner was meant to score that goal. And she looked happy and she's cute as a button. All tied up. Again, I actually did not want this to go to extra time because not that I cared about what happened after the team, but it kind of wears you down. If you go to extra time, the other time the team doesn't, you have more recovery. You don't want to go to extra time if you don't have to go to extra time. And Rose freaking Lavelle did not want to go to extra time.
It's too stressful to go to extra time.
Then again, in the 82nd minute, wow, this could have been it for Portland. Hits off the post and that could have been the game winner right there. It hit the post. I think I started stress cleaning at that moment. Yeah. I don't think I was lasting very long, but that was not to be. Like I said, Rose Lavelle, she wanted to go home to Wilma. She was in I believe it had 12 minutes of extra time or of stoppage time. But in the 90th plus 7th minute, Rose Lavelle scored. Beautiful. A beautiful goal. Poetic, beautiful. She was so excited. I was so excited. I mean, at that point...
Sorry, I'm getting so excited all over again.
We didn't know it was over, but that was it. That was the game. Gotham go on to the semifinals, and so pumped for them. I like Portland. I think they're a good team. They're kind of my nemesis, though. I don't know what it is, but I love it. So excited for Rose. Apparently, that was the latest goal scored in a playoff ever, I think they said. But so excited. That was the final score, 2-1. Two exciting games. Then Washington Spirit is going to face Gotham FC next week. Of course, we are rooting for Gotham. However, Washington Spirit is forced to be reckoned with because I believe Washington Spirit won the championship 3 years ago. Then Portland, then Gotham won it. I think that's the way it went. So so Washington Spirit has won it. They know what it feels like. Trinity has, won it with Spirit. So they're not messing around. May the best team win. / may Gotham win definitely next week.
I like the way you put that. Yes. Yeah. May Gotham just win it all. Thank you.
What did everyone think? Questions, comments down below. Were these your picks? Were these your teams? Like I said, it was more exciting this year for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe last year. Maybe I was more invested in Gotham this year. I don't know. But very exciting. Questions, comments down below. Those are your semifinalists.
We'll either be happy or sad, but I'm sure we'll be happy.
Actually, I didn't mention this. Sophia Smith went out with an possible injury. I don't have an update with her, but she did look like she hurt, her ankle or something. So I pray she is okay. Obviously for national team duty, we're facing England. We need her. So I did want to mention, I hope she's okay. But crazy game. Questions, comments down below. We'll talk to everyone later. Have a great night. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.